Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's me, What You Will. Today we are starting on case 10, Smoke and Mirrors, and it looks like Vanessa is going to be dead in this case as expected. And this will be the last case of the Bayo Blau before we move on to no. Is either Jazztown or Inner City? I'm pretty sure it was Inner City if I'm not mistaken, but anyways, there's no point in trying to think about that until we finish this case. Well, I just don't get why Vanessa would send you a message on a beer coaster of all things. She talks about dark secrets and she drew a tombstone with a note saying tonight, 10 p.m. You're right, well, since there's a tombstone on it, Vanessa must be in the cemetery. She sure as heck chose the right place to reveal dark secrets. Looks like the story's gonna take a dark turn, so you should stay behind, Amy. It could be dangerous. Well, you ready to head to the cemetery and learn about Vanessa's secrets? Then let's go. Well, I don't see Vanessa. Either we're early or she's hiding. Huh, why couldn't she just speak to you on the phone instead of all this secrecy? Do we really need to go looking for her, Will? I mean, I'm a bit too old for playing hide and seek. Alright, fine. Let's get it over with. Wow, this has got to be the biggest voodoo doll we've seen so far. Well, besides, I thought we were just meant to be looking for Vanessa. What? You're telling me this voodoo doll is Vanessa? Why didn't you say so earlier? Well, Frank, why do you think I picked it up? I guess we're too late to hear her secret. I agree, Will. Let's see if Roxy can get her talking again. Huh? Now, what's this you picked up? It will. A torn document. I'll let you piece it back together. I know you like showing off your skills. And look at this message. Vanessa, hide here and you'll be safe. But you're right, Will. There's something else on this, but it's faded. Do you think you can recover the faded ink so we can see what this is all about, Will? It's getting irritating, Will. You're too damn skilled. It makes me look bad. And this document you piece back together looks an awful lot like a conspiracy document. It says those 3 girls are missing, and there are a lot of scribbled notes around them. Same age, same place. What's this all about? I agree. We should send this mystery to the lab. I'm sure the lab rat will enjoy solving this for us. Good job recovering this map. Well, now we know where Vanessa went to hide with the promise she'd be safe. Well, since Vanessa ended up dead, we all know that's a lie, but what is this place? It looks like a hut stuck in a tree. You're right, well, this tree hut shouldn't be too hard to find in Swamp, so what do you say we go see where Vanessa was hiding out? Oh, I already know I'm gonna hate doing this crime scene. It's not every day you see a hut like that perched in a tree, so this is where Vanessa was hiding out. And so you found a trophy mount, Will. Don't tell me you want to hang this trashy decoration up in your home. Alright, good call, Will. I didn't see the faded inscription on it. Well, recovering the text can go 2 ways. Watch me make a mess of it, or have you ace it in seconds. Dang, that's true. This is a photo of the victim, but look at the drawing on it. We've seen enough of these by now to know it's a voodoo spell. You got a good point, Will. Everybody seems to practice voodoo around these parts. So let's start by identifying the spell before we go around pointing fingers. You know, you sure you want to search through that fish trap? Fine by me, but just watch out for any water snakes hiding in there. I hate to be giving a new partner. Frank, that was you last case. That was you who freaking got bit by a snake. For the record, I do not have any other stars for this, so I might just do some stuff off camera if I'm gonna be honest. Not bad, I guess. So you managed to recover that message on the trophy mount, Will. It reads, "Don't you get it, Vanessa? You're the prey." And it's signed Betty Lou. I'm kind of relieved she's mean to everybody, not just to me. Frank, everyone's mean to you. You're right, Will. Just previously, I had turned up in Betty Lou's bar. Now it sounds like Betty Lou's threatening to stick Vanessa's head on a trophy mount. I agree, we need to talk to her. I was literally spamming that, but I did not process for some reason. Whatever. You become pretty knowledgeable in all things voodoo, Will. So you identified a spell cast on Vanessa's photo. You're right, we actually seen this voodoo signature before. It belongs to none other than Erika Mabayo. Why am I not surprised? You know, for someone who works in the shadows, Erika ain't very good at staying in them. Then again, I ain't complaining. But it seems this was a protection spell. What was Erika trying to protect Vanessa from? I agree. Let's just go see this sorceress and ask her directly. Oh man, digging into this is gonna be hell. Sorry, Will, if you were fishing for compliments, you ain't gonna get none. You picked out the most uninteresting thing in the fish trap. You think this is the necklace our victim used to wear, Will? Alright, I guess it's not such a bad find after all, and I agree, we should collect some of that blood. I do not have enough stars. Nor energy, either. Nor energy to do this anymore, either. Betty Lou, Corporal Will found the threat you so sweetly carved out for Vanessa, saying that she was the prey. What did you mean by that? It wasn't a threat. It's just the way I talk. I wanted her to leave the Bay for good, is all, before something bad happened to her. It still sounds like a threat. Betty Lou, were you mad at Vanessa because you discovered she was a prostitute? What do I care what she did? She was a pretty one, alright, and the dolls like her just ended up getting ruined in the Bay. I didn't envy her for that. Pretty dolls like her. That's a poor choice of words, Betty Lou. You know Vanessa's killer turned her into a human voodoo doll. Heck, don't look at me. If I was gonna kill someone, I'd just blast them with my shotgun and feed them to the gators. Quick and easy, just ask my ex-husband. Huh? Eureka, Corporal will discover that you placed a protection spell on Vanessa Kimmel. It's hard to break it to you, but the spell didn't work. How dare you question my powers? You mere mortal. My spells always work. Well, she's been murdered, so no, they don't really work. My protection spell was to help Vanessa. She was scared of something, so I used my magic and begged her to go talk to Corporal Will immediately. But it seems that I failed her. I will try to speak to her spirit in the shadow world and ask for forgiveness. Yeah, why don't you just save us some time and ask Vanessa who killed her, would you? You want to send his blood you collected from the victim's necklace over to the lab, Will? That means most work for us, so I'm all for it. That's quite a body you sent over, Will. A human made to look like a voodoo doll. That's pretty cool. I think the victim would disagree, Roxy. Well, she's got her lips sewn shut, so she can't say much anyway. And the freaky thing is her eyes are missing underneath those buttons. Oh, great. We're obviously dealing with a complete psycho here. All I can tell you for now is that she was strangled to death. And I'm guessing the killer used the tools he had at hand for stitching because it was done with a fishing hook and a fishing line. So that means our killer fishes, is meant to be a calming activity, not a let go and rip some poor girl's eye out kind of thing. I looked into that document you found, Will. I had Russell check out the handwriting and he's positive it belonged to your victim. First Vanessa starts investigating the disappearance of these girls, and then she turns up dead. What can you tell us about it? For one, they all went missing in the Bay over the years, and get this, they all died at the age of 24, just like your victim. And the similarities don't end there. All these girls were prostitutes, again, just like your victim. What do you think, Will? Are these the cases linked, and does that mean we're dealing with a serial killer? That's a difficult one to answer because the cop investigating these girls, Harvey Fitchner, never solved the case. Harvey was leading the investigation. I didn't expect to talk to that old wreck again so soon, but you're right, Will. We need to see him. I analyzed the blood you found in the victim's necklace, Will. And it's a mix of your victim's blood and chili powder. As the chili powder was on the blood and not in her bloodstream, it obviously means it got deposited on the necklace after the murder by your killer. And thanks to this, I can tell you that your killer enjoys spicy food. Ha! It sounds like you're reading from the killer's online dating profile, Jan. Enjoy spicy food, long walks on the beach, and watching sunsets. You're right, well, I should be grateful now that we're one step closer to catching our chili-loving killer. Hey, Harvey. Corporal Will is looking into a murder which has similarities to those missing girls you're investigating. What can you tell us about it? Go away. A lot of y'all. I don't want to talk about that blasted case. Come on, Harvey. Lives are at risk here. There's a serial killer on the loose. That case haunts me day and night, alright? It was my first assignment on reaching the Bay. I tried my best, but my best wasn't enough and the case was never solved. So you turned to drinking instead? You do the same, Frank. I know you too well. What happened to them girls was a nightmare, and the drinks keep those memories at bay. Now leave me alone. Huh, now I kind of understand why Harvey drinks so much, Will. I suddenly feel bad for the poor guy. You're right. There's a good chance that catching the serial killer might help Harvey put a few demons to rest. At least I hope so. Corporal Will, if we got a serial killer in our hands, things are going to get a whole lot more complicated around here. This investigation has already destroyed one of my officers' lives, and I don't want the same thing happening to you, so be careful. And Frank, given that Harvey is now a suspect, it would be best if you were taking off this case. Phew, that's kind of a relief, Chief. I don't know if I can investigate my old mentor for murder. And don't worry, Will. I know you'll ace it. Will, I'll have Amy come around, and I'll let you brief her. This is going to be her first big case, so I'm happy she gets to do it with you. Reporting for duty, Corporal Will. Are you ready to catch the serial killer? So what do you got so far? He discovered that Betty Lou sent Vanessa a death threat, but insisted it was actually just a friendly note to tell her to leave the Bayo. Okay, then. And Enrique Mabayo wanted to protect the victim, yet the style of the murder strongly suggests the killer dabbles in voodoo. That's interesting. Hey Will, you got to listen to this. I pinpointed the locations where those girls went missing and triangulated the coordinates. It led me to a colonial mansion buried deep in the swamp. What's weird is that for such a secluded place, a lot of young, attractive women seem to gather there. Well, you previously discovered Vanessa was featured in a book about prostitutes, right? Well, I think we just found the brothel she worked at. Wow, a voodoo murderer, a serial killer, and now a hidden brothel? You're right, Will, we need to check it out ASAP. Oh no, Will, we finally found the brothel Vanessa worked at, but it's on fire. Oh my gosh, Will, we've been hunting down Vanessa's killer all over the Bayo. And then Hannah sends us to this mansion because she convinced it's in fact a brothel, but it's on fire. I agree, Will, the killer must have known we were coming. I mean, they burned down this brothel before we could even get here. But it proves Hannah was right. Vanessa and those missing girls worked in this brothel. You're right. I better stop talking before the fire destroys everything. Are you ready to brave the flames, Will? Phew, for a moment there, I thought we were going to end up barbecued, Will. The killer sure didn't want us searching the place. You found a tip jar. Okay, I'm obviously no expert here, but isn't it weird to find that kind of thing in a brothel? And you think so too, and you're right. There's a fatal logo on it. Do you think you can recover it, Will? And you picked up a prenatal ultrasound. Okay, no, that definitely does not belong in a brothel. I have a feeling that Vanessa was pregnant. That's what I think. Well spotted, Will. That string of numbers at the top of the ultrasound might tell us who it belonged to, but I can't make sense of it, can you? And you also picked up this broken painting. You want to restore it? I love how you never leave anything to chance, Will. You're right. The killer burned down the brothel to destroy all evidence, so all these clues could be vital. Are you ready, Will? Well, I'm glad you're optimistic about this. Frank would just question me for picking up random items. The Mad mad cow. Way to go, Will. You managed to recover the faded ink on this tip jar you found in the brothel, and it comes from the Mad Cow Bar. You're right, that's Betty Lou's place. We know Vanessa just quit her job working for Betty Lou. Do you think she stole the tip jar when she left, Will? Betty Lou already had a grudge against Vanessa, but maybe just pushed her to the edge. Good point, Will. We need to talk to her, but can I let you do the talking? She scares me. No, dang it. Nice work, Will. You managed to decipher those numbers on that prenatal ultrasound you found in the brothel. Good idea. We should send this patient number over to Hannah. She'll be able to tell us which girl was pregnant. This is my bio, clearly. Great work restoring that painting you found in brothel, Will, and it's a portrait of Erica Mabayo. I don't get it. Why would a brothel have a portrait of Voodoo Queen? Something's wrong here. Right, Will. Her charms may work on Frank, but they won't work on us. Let's go see this witch. Just watch out for her tricks. Well, hello again, Corporal Will. Fancy some food? It's Betty Lou's own catch of the day, and cops get a special discount. We're just hungry for the truth, Betty Lou. Corporal Will found your bar's tip jar in the brothel Vanessa worked at. We'd like to know why. Vanessa stole my tip jar? I gave her a job, and this is how she thanks me? Wait a second, you killed Vanessa because of a tip jar? Heck no, I wanted to bash her teeth in, sure. But that's just our way of dealing with thieves around these parts, but otherwise I'm a peaceful gal. I was mad at Vanessa, but she stole my money. She should have used it to leave the brothel and get the hell out of the Bayo. But instead she returned to the brothel. Stupid girl, such a waste of life. You're interrupting an important ritual here. I've gutted some catfish. I need to pick some chilies while the moon is still out. Otherwise the spirits will remain hungry for blood. Save us the mumbo jumbo, Erica. Corporal will find a portrait of yours in the brothel. You better tell us what it is doing here. Do I need to remind you that I am the Voodoo Queen? It's normal people worship me by hanging up my portrait. Corporal was right. We know our way around the Bayo now. We've never seen any other portraits of you, so start telling us the truth. Like, you found my portrait in the brothel because I used to be one of the girls working there. But thanks to my voodoo powers, I managed to escape before suffering the same fate as the other girls. What happens to the girls who work there, Erica? All I know is that they go missing, and I don't want to stick around to find out anymore. The place is evil, Corporal Will. Stay away from it. I checked out the patient number from the ultrasound you found in the brothel, Will. Turns out it belongs to your victim. So Vanessa was pregnant? Knew it. You're never gonna believe who's the father. It's Alec Howard. You're right, Will. We dealt with Alex once before during the murder of the businesswoman in the Gatorland Park. Well, do you think Alex knew that Vanessa was pregnant, that she was a prostitute? You're right, we need to talk to Alex, but it's nighttime, so be extra careful for any hungry alligators roaming around Gatorland, Will. Mr. Howard, Corporal Will has discovered that Vanessa Kimmel was carrying your child, and... Bro, how I loved her. She was wild like the Bayo, magical like a voodoo apparition, and hot like the food I love. And just like that, my sweetie's gone. Sorry to ask, but did you know that she worked in a brothel? We've all done things we're not proud of to get by, and her past was her past. All I care about was our future together. We were going to start a family. But she hadn't been herself lately. She was worried about something. Instead of talking to me about it, she preferred to go hide out in some tree. I'm pleasantly surprised that Alex saw past Vanessa's grim history and concentrated on their bright future together. Well, oops, you're right, Will. We need to concentrate. Alec mentioned that hut Vanessa was hiding in. I haven't been there yet, so I'm curious to see what this treehouse is all about. So this is the treehouse Vanessa hid out in. Did you manage to find anything of interest, Will? Tree stump. I don't know what you expect to find in there besides loads of creepy crawlies, but sure. Let's search through it if we have to. What about this drawing? It's signed VK. Oh, you're so right. It obviously stands for Vanessa Kimmel, so she's the one who made it. But who did she draw? Well, you're telling me that if your brand is drawing through the database, you'll be able to identify the woman? Alrighty then, I'm ready to be impressed. What is with this game? Giving me the smallest items and putting it in a corner. Eek, you're telling me that you just found a leech at that tree stump, Will? Get that blood-sucking monster far from me. Yes, good idea. Send it to Jan. Anywhere but here. Oops. Letter B is... was it Johnson's mother's hair? I just noticed that. Unbelievable. You managed to identify a woman in Vanessa's drawing. Sharon Kimmel. Oh, you're right. This has to be Vanessa's mother, so that's why they look so much alike. I agree, it's not going to be easy, but we need to talk to Sharon about her daughter's death. Mrs. Kimmel, we're sorry for your loss, but we need to know what your relationship was like with your daughter. If not, though, I was her mama. That girl hated me from the day she was born. All her life, she despised me for not being able to offer her a better, richer life. Heck, she hated me even more than the spicy food we all eat around the parts. And I heard rumors of my daughter's working in a brothel. That girl would do anything for money. Sure, Vanessa worked there because she didn't have any choice, Mrs. Kimmel. We all have a choice, and that girl decided to dirty the family name by lying on her backside. She doesn't even deserve a proper burial.
Okay guys, so I'm at risk here recording this right now. I'm in my school's computer lab, so there might be a chance that someone will walk in on me while I'm recording this, but I just finished my assignment, so yeah. I studied that beautiful leech you found in the tree stump near the hut, Will. Beautiful, and leech are two words that should never be spoken in the same sentence, Jan. You're too judgmental, Amy, but I'll blame that on your mouth. Youth. Now, I found traces of spicy food on its tail where someone pulled in off their skin. Of course your killer eats spicy food, and it's likely they went by the victim's hut. And that's when the leech attacked your killer. Sadly, the spicy food burnt your leech's skin and caused it to vomit, so there's none of the killer's blood left in it. Ew, Jan. But still, I'm glad to tell you that you're looking for a killer with suction marks on her skin, left by Mr. Leech here. Oh, this case is such a head-scratcher, Will. The killer turned our victim into a voodoo doll, and I gotta admit, I'm kind of scared. But you're right. When we thought we were dealing with voodoo in previous cases, there was always a rational explanation. Yeah, my bio. What have we got so far? We know that Alex got Vanessa pregnant. And then there's Vanessa's mother. Sharon told us that Vanessa hated her from the start, but you're right, that hatred seems mutual. And I still can't believe that Vanessa's murder is in the work of a serial killer, Will. Corporal Will, the eyes, look into the eyes. Jeez, Harvey, you're a drunken mess. Go home. The eyes, look into the eyes. Oh. Oh, those are human eyes. And guys, that'll be the end of today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Honestly, I would say that I've been feeling a little bit better recording videos now. There are some cases where I'm like, ugh, but I think I'm starting to pick up momentum in the semester. So, maybe you guys, especially now that I'm caught up with the stuff that I needed to get done anyways. That's why I'm in this computer lab right now recording this. So, thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Get out.